Guys, this is me, Arthur, and you're watching How to Draw Creepy Creatures. Now, if you watched my last episode, we did Krampus, and as we're gearing up towards Christmas, I'm going to do Christmas creatures. Now, Krampus is probably one of my all-time favorite Christmas creatures, but there are so many different ones in different cultures, and I just feel like it's so much fun going through all these ones because there's probably some that you don't even know about. So today, I'm going to do Lywd. All right? Let's turn. In fact, let's have it this way. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lywd is a creature from Welsh folklore. She comes out around the time of Christmas and is described as being a horrific zombie-like creature that is half human, half horse. I kind of imagine like a centaur, but there are a couple different variations of it. Anyway, she can't come into your house unless she's invited. She punishes naughty children, that sort of thing. And the emphasis is that it always has a horse skull for a head. Now, what's interesting about this is that my mom used to live in Wales, and so when I heard about this creature I wanted to feature on the show, I asked her some questions about it. She had never even heard of it, so she lived there and she became a part of their culture, and she'd never actually even heard of this one, so I'm guessing it must be pretty obscure then. However, I have heard that in some parts of Wales there's a festival devoted to Lywd, where people decorate horse skulls and incorporate them into costumes depicting her. They pretty much go around the villages scaring people. It kind of sounds fun. It's kind of like, it's very similar to the Krampus festival, so. Another thing to add to my bucket list. Okay. Alright. Do a basic horse-like body. Now, I'm drawing it as a centaur. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do just like a woman's body with a horse head, or maybe like horse legs, human torso, horse head, that's good. Just remember, it's always supposed to look distinctly female and always have a horse's head, so just do like that. Okay, got that. Now we got the basic skeletal structure. Oh, also another creepy thing is that she's always supposed to be wearing a bridal gown or something similar. So I'll draw that too, but we'll get to that last. Okay. Now, since it's supposed to be like kind of like a zombie horse, you might want to make it thin, very sickly looking. Pay a lot of attention to the bones. Make sure that those are as visible as possible. that leg doesn't look horse-like enough. In fact, if any of you guys remember the Horsewoman episode, the Nevada Horsewoman, it's kind of a similar legend in some ways. Well, I guess similar in like a archetypal figure sort of way. Except it adds a Christmas element to it, which is kind of cool, I guess. Okay. Now, some of these legs are going to be covered up when we do like the dress or garment that she's supposed to wear. So, just sort of like draw the basic outline of them. Okay. Now, she's supposed to be wearing a very old-fashioned sort of white wedding dress. So I'm kind of picturing something a little bit Victorian. That would be creepy. Do they like the big poofy sleeves or not? Okay. Alright. Kind of like these skeletal hands with long nails. Maybe like a high ruffled collar. In fact, female characters that have horse skulls for heads is actually something of a reoccurring theme in many cultures. There are Mexican and South American creatures that, even though the Christmas element isn't there, it's very similar to Lywd. There's also a Filipino creature that looks very similar. So something about a woman's body with a horse's head, it just seems to universally creep people out. Alright. I kind of don't like the edge that I did with that, so I'm going to redo it. And just draw like the basic outline of a horse's skull for the head. I usually look up a picture of a horse's skull so I have a better idea of what the proportions and everything are supposed to look like, but you could do whatever you want because it doesn't need to be perfect, so if you want to add details to make it a little bit creepier, just go ahead. Often she's described as having like a crown around her head, kind of like a St. Bridget's crown with the candles and everything. It's a very Christmassy thing in Europe. Let's do like faded, wilted flowers in her crown. Stubs of burnt out candles. Often she's described as having a veil like a bride. Okay. Now let's work on the dress a little bit. I kind of imagine that she put it on over her horse's body. So let's have it ending here and kind of dips down in the front a lot. I did not realize my camera was pointed the other way. fill in some of the details that got lost. Okay. Alright, sign off with your artist mark. And you have just drawn Lywd. Well, hopefully you could see it, but... Alright, like, share, and subscribe. And, I love taking requests, so if you have any creature that you want me to draw, Christmas related or otherwise, you can just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, I just started a Patreon page, so if you, it's going to supporting the show and also my book, Rapunculus. Well, my book series, Rapunculus. So just look for it on patreon.com under the name Rapunculus, and you can just enter a $1 tier. So far, that's all I got up there so far, so it's pretty cost effective. Anybody who completed a lesson on the show and would like to show off their artwork, you can send it to me at arthurwrotethis@gmail.com. As long as you include your written permission in the email, I will show it off on the show with your name so everybody knows that you did it. Alright, happy early Christmas, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.